Hi, welcome back. We're doing now still special right triangles, but unlike the previous episode, we split this into two-parter for you. We're going to be doing the 30, 60, 90 right triangle. Let's walk you through the pattern. Here is our hypotenuse across from the right angle, but this time instead of two congruent acute angles, we have a small 30-degree angle, and so we'll call this one the short side, or the small side, because it's across from the small angle. And then we have this one, the 60. It's bigger than the 30, but it's smaller than the 90, so this is like the middle side. So we'll call this one the middle side. Now our pattern says that if we take the small side and multiply it by the square root of 3, we'll end up with the middle side. So that's our first pattern. The next part of our pattern, in order to find the hypotenuse, says take the measure of that short side, the small side of your triangle, and multiply it by 2. That will give you the measure of your hypotenuse. We're going to use this pattern in order to help us figure out some of these 30, 60, 90-degree right triangles below. Let's start with number 1. I'm going to identify my right angle and then identify my hypotenuse. I'm being given that this angle is 60 degrees, which makes it the medium angle, and so this must be the medium side. That leaves this one as the small 30-degree angle, and so this is the small side. My pattern says take the measure of the small side, multiply it by the square root of 3, and you will get the medium side. And so for this triangle, the measure of the medium side is 8 times the square root of 3. According to my pattern to find the hypotenuse, it says take the measure of the short side and multiply it by 2. Doing that, I end up with 2 times 8, or 16, as the measure of my hypotenuse. Seems pretty easy. Let's try another one. I'm going to look at number 6. Here's my right angle. Here's my hypotenuse. They've given me my medium angle, so this must be my medium side, which makes this my 30-degree small angle, and so this is my small side. According to my pattern, this is the small side. The medium side is the small side times the square root of 3. And the hypotenuse is the measure of the small side times 2. Now, I don't know what the measure of the small side is, but I know the measure of the hypotenuse. The measure of the hypotenuse is 20. Well, if I think, what number do I need to multiply by 20 to give me 2 times, what number do I need to multiply by 2 to give me 20, rather? I can easily see that the small side needs to be 10, because 2 times 10 is 20, which means then that the medium side is 10 times the square root of 3. You can even do that with an odd number. Let's look at number 4. Number 4 has this weird square root in it, so this might seem very intimidating. Start off by finding your right angle, which will then tell you where your hypotenuse is. They've provided for me the 30-degree angle, which is the small angle, and so this is the small side, which leaves this other angle as 60 degrees, and so this is the medium side. According to my pattern, the medium side is whatever the measure of the small side is times the square root of 3. But I don't know the small side. I've been given the medium side. Since the medium side is 9 square roots of 3, 9 is the measure of the small side. According to my pattern to find the measure of the hypotenuse, I'm going to take the small side and multiply it by 2. And so 2 times 9 is 18, and the measure of my hypotenuse is 18. That's a quick run through for the special right triangle 30, 60, 90. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.